everyone, welcome to Edunex Academy. I am Annie and today I am going to discuss with you regarding our digestive system, which is very important topic for your NEET exam point of view. And many questions are also coming from this chapter, your digestive system. You know, your digestive system, you might have, everyone is knowing that we are eating and getting digested inside our stomach. No, not like that. It has various stages of digestion. Now, our digestive system actually consists of two things. One is gastrointestinal tract, that means GI, gastrointestinal tract, starting from your mouth to tongue to your food bile to your stomach to your intestine, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, colon, rectum and anus. The whole path is coming under your a particular single direction, that is known as single track or single pipe-like structure known as your gastrointestinal tract. Seconds are those are accessory organs which actually help also, not directly but indirectly, in the process of digestion, like our teeth, our tongue, means our liver, our pancreas and gallbladders. These are all helpful organs which helps in digestion process. So let us discuss bit by bit how digestion happens, what actually happens whenever we eat food, and that means how the waste products get out of our body, right? So the digestive system is a group of organs. Digestive system is a single organ. You cannot say stomach is digesting and stomach is a digestive organ. No. So it is an organ. Altogether they work as a team, teamwork. They do teamwork, and basically, as I have already discussed, that it has two parts: gastrointestinal parts, and second one is accessory organs. And gastrointestinal, starting from your mouth, food pipe, stomach to your intestine to anus. This track is single track, but the helping organs are your tongue, your salivary glands, your teeth, then your liver, gallbladder, pancreas. These are all very important organs which helps in digestion of different foods like your fat, proteins, your fat, carbohydrates, etc. So this GI tract, the accessory organs, means liver. I am just shortcut I have written here. Okay, this is gallbladder, liver, then your pancreas, tongue. These are all helping organs. Now let us discuss bit by bit how they are actually performing in digestion. Now, digestion happens in actually three phases. Starting from cephalic phase, when we see food, smell food, what happens? Our salivary glands activate. They release some kind of that means saliva. Okay, and actually digestion start, means our mouth becomes salivated. Okay, this phase is actually controlled by brain, and inside our brain, vagus nerve is there. Okay, this vagus nerve actually helpful for salivary gland to produce saliva. And that means it will activate this vagus nerves actually activate our salivary glands. So this is the first phase. When we see the food, when we smell the food, or even whenever we think of eating something, this activation actually happens. Okay. Next one is gastric phase. It happens in the gastrointestinal tract, means your starting from your mouth to stomach. And last one is your intestinal phase, where food, not only food, rest of food digested, but also the absorption of nutrition from the food happens. It is in the large intestine and also in the small intestine. Okay, so these three phases is very important. When we smell, eat, or smell or see a delicious food, or we think about food, what happens? Vagus nerve is important. It is responsible to activate the salivary glands, saliva produces, which is also helpful for food digestion. Gastric phase, when food enters into stomach, digestion, then that means more further grinding and breaking of foods happens due to some acids, due to some other enzymes. Intestinal phase, I will tell later. Next, discuss about your that means food digestion mode. Now, the digestion actually begins when you eat. That means from our mouth. Okay. So in mouth where digestion begins. So inside our mouth, actually basically digestions two types: mechanical digestion and your chemical digestion. Mechanical digestion start whenever we chew the food with the help of our teeth. Then tongue also play a very important role here. Not only by swallowing the food, but also mixing with the saliva secreted by your salivary gland. Right. This tongue also helpful to say about what kind of taste of food is. Okay. So now this chewing, that means this mechanical digestion, start from our mouth. Our tongue helps in mixing the food with the saliva, making a bolus. Bolus means whenever after chewing a soft round shape food is known as bolus. And also the saliva also contain this amylase and lingual linkage, which helps in starch digestion and fat digestion. Secondly, mucus, because it helps in lubricating the intestinal tract so that it will be easy to swallow the food. That means our food can go to our stomach through food pipe easily. Okay. So now you see here how mouth is important. And one thing very important, you please remember that 30% of starch digestion completed in the mouth. Okay. And because of this amylase present in the saliva. Right. Next come to tongue, teeth and epiglottis, how they are playing very important role in digestion process. Now after mouth. So now next come to how tongue, teeth and epiglottis, they actually work together as a team in the process of digestion. Tongue, as I have told you, mixes the food with the saliva, which helps in swallowing, but also it helps to protect us from the spoiled food, because taste buds are present in the tongue. Not only the taste buds helps in tasting the food, but also whenever some bitter like thing or whenever fermented food or spoiled food they come to our mouth, it will suddenly throw out. That means it helps in avoiding to take this spoiled or poisonous type of food. Next, your epiglottis. Epiglottis, this particular compound, that is a that means extensor like structures. It helps in, this is known as epiglottis, very important. It protect the food to go to our food pipe, that is trachea in lungs. Okay, so whenever we eat, take the that means breath in or breath out, somewhere the two pipes are joined together. There is a chance that whenever we eat, there is a chance that food can enter into the food pipe, which is very dangerous. Okay, but epiglottis is there, which is an external structure below our throat, near our throat, which helps in protecting or preventing the food to enter into the windpipe. Next, come to discuss something more. Now, esophagus. Esophagus is a food pipe. This particular structure is known as esophagus. It actually it is a pipe where the food moves. But how? And the food moves by the contraction, relaxation muscles or wavy type of muscles are there inside our food pipe, which by the pressure or by contraction or relaxation, the food from our mouth to stomach, it goes through this pipe. That food moves by peristalsis. This peristalsis is a muscular mechanism, means a wavy like muscles inside our esophagus or food pipe, which helps in to bring the food or take the food from mouth to the stomach. Now there are two circular muscular valves are also present. One is known as upper sphincter, and lower sphincter. This is just like act as a door. Whenever food enters to the mouth to your stomach, no food will be reversed go up. That means due to this door-like structure or valve-like structure known as sphincter. You know why acid reflux happens? Whenever our lower sphincters wall is weak during digestion, some acids go up. That is known as acid reflux. That because of this weakness of this sphincter. Okay. Now next come to discuss about our very interesting part, that is stomach. Now this is our stomach. It is we can say that it is a acid plus enzyme factory. Means the stomach secretes HCl, hydrochloric acid, very acidic in nature, and as well as pepsin and mucus. So acid, it not only store food, it churns food. Churns means circular movement, okay, up and down movement like that. And also the protein digestion start here. In our mouth, starch digestion occurs, but inside our stomach, protein digestion start. Now, second is it contains some gastric juice. That gastric juice contain HCl, hydrochloric acid, which is very acidic in nature. It not only helps in digestion, but also it helps in killing the bacteria, which may come along with our food. Pepsin helps in protein digestion, and mucus not only it helps in digestion, but also it protect the wall of our stomach. Means the wall, there is a chance that wall can digest. Means it is just living cell. So to protect from that harmful HCl and other chemicals releases from the stomach, mucus helps. So inside our stomach, the food are almost digested. We cannot say completely digested. Complete digestion occurs in intestine, that means in small intestine and large intestine. So you can imagine 60 to 70% digestion occurs inside our stomach. And after digestion, means after semi-digestion, the residue of food, that is known as chyme. That chyme is partially digested food. It creates inside the stomach. Then it go to duodenum, then to intestine. So next phase we will discuss about intestine. Means your small intestine and your large intestine, your rectum, means your colon, rectum, appendix, and finally anus, where we just throw out our unused means waste product. Now this is the rest part of our digestive system. That means the final part, that is intestine. This intestine is a long tube. Uh, so let us discuss about small intestine and large intestine. So now see, this is the beginning part, means duodenum. Duodenum is the first part of intestine where the chemical reactions happens. That means you can say the chemical digestion happens here. Okay. Now intestine is a long pipe tube-like structure. It has two parts basically. One is jejunum, another one is ileum. Jejunum is the middle part. Now see, this pipeline structure is known as small intestine. Now the jejunum is the middle part of this small intestine, where the nutrition from the digested food happens. Means absorption of the nutritions, whatever we eat from the food are getting absorbed by by the wall of this small intestine, and this area is known as jejunum. Last part of the small intestine is known as ileum. Ileum. It is the last part of the small intestine, where the rest of is the last part of small intestine, and from this ileum, actually small intestine connected with the large intestine. So where the the rest of nutrition means whatever left finally from our digested food after jejunum in the ileum part, rest of the proteins nutritions from our food is getting absorbed. Then it is the small intestine is connected to large intestine. This particular area is known as large intestine. Large intestine are also having uh, various parts. In the left right hand side of your abdomen, you will get your appendix. You might be knowing it is a nearest part of this large intestine, and the left intestine before your anus. Two tubes, two sections are there. One is colon, another one is rectum. Okay, where all the means after digestion, where all the waste products they remain, and also this particular area basically various good bacteria are lives. Okay, and they produce some gas. Okay, now let us discuss some remaining part of this digestive system after small intestine. Now see what happened actually inside our small intestine. So before small intestine, you know, duodenum is the first part of the small intestine, right? So before that, in the gallbladder is connected to the ducts from the gallbladder and pancreas are connected to duodenum. They secrete what? Bile juice. That means gallbladder is secrete bile pigment, and this pancreatic juice. So now see the digestion inside the stomach. That means the whatever the partially digested food they passes through intestine, they are acidic in nature, that because of mixing of HCl, hydrochloric acid, right? But the bile pigments and pancreatic juice, they are alkaline in nature. So obviously whenever alkaline and acidic they together come together, neutralizes acidity, neutralizes. So this is the main important part in the intestine. Intestine food is no more acidic. It neutralizes. Now see, um, the pancreas neutralizes the acidic food. Okay. Now enzyme in the pancreas, actually what it does, it digests the fat, protein, starch. Hmm. And almost all digestion or breaking of foods are completed in the small intestine, uh, below the duodenum part. Now, what happened? What happened in the how fats are getting digested? That particular concept we will also learn. But whenever after digestion, the nutrition that is from our digested food, they are actually absorbed by the villi and microvilli. Those are finger-like structures in the inner wall of our intestine. They actually absorbs this and send it to the bloodstream. Okay, the required minerals, the required proteins, the required any kind of nutritions that coming from this intestine, that means absorbed by the intestine, they are directly mixed with the bloodstream, and every part of our body get the food, right, in the form of energy. Now, these villi and microvilli are the extended part, finger-like structures in what? Wall of the or inside wall of the that means your small intestine. Now let us understand how fats are getting digested and how this bile juice from the gallbladder is responsible to break down this big fat molecules into smaller, so that the enzymes from the pancreas can digest it or means can break it more. Okay. Now let us understand that concept. Now see how fat absorption occurs inside the intestine. You know, fats molecules are not dissolved in water. They are not soluble in water like your glucose and acids like that. So what happens? when bile juice from the gallbladder, they mixed with this big fat molecules, it breaks into small droplets. Okay, and makes the surface area bigger for enzyme action on it. Whenever these small droplets mixed with bile salt, it forms that means mycelium. Okay, these mycelium actually they are getting absorbed. They are trapped by the villi, microvilli or villi in the intestinal wall. Right. So you see how the gallbladder juice is important, and why, because fat molecules cannot be absorbed directly because it is not dissolved in the water like others. Okay, it need to be break down into multiple small droplets, tiny droplets. Now let us discuss about bile juice a little, then we will complete our session. Now see, whenever we eat food or fatty food, means fatty any kind of food particles, it enters into the duodenum. What happens? Then duodenum basically there is a hormone. Okay, that hormone releases. That hormone is known as cholecytokinin. That cholecytokinin in the duodenum, what it does actually? It triggers the gallbladder. It triggers the gallbladder. Some fatty that it sends the signal to the gallbladder that some fatty foods are coming into the duodenum. And in that particular time, whenever this cholecytokinin release, what happens? This gallbladder start to squeeze bile pigments or bile juice. Okay, this bile does not chemically digest. It will not digest the food, fatty food. It helps in digestion. How? It breaks the big fat molecules into small droplets and helps, that means enzyme, to digest it. Means it is a supporter of enzyme. Enzyme digest fat. Okay, but bile juice helps in digestion of fat by the bile pigments, because enzyme can be act upon molecules, but if fat molecule is bigger, then total fat digestion may not be possible as it is required. So what happens? Whenever our duodenum and inside our duodenum, some fatty foods came inside the duodenum wall, the hormone like your cholecytokinin, it triggers the gallbladder to squeeze the bile juice to enter into the duodenum. Okay, that bile juice breaks the big fat molecules into smaller droplets, and gradually enzyme can digest that. Okay, so it helps also absorbing in vitamins like A, E, D, K. Vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and K. These are fat soluble vitamins. These vitamins require some fatty liquid to digest, to be absorbed inside the body. Okay, like vitamin C, vitamin B, these are water soluble vitamins. But vitamin A, D, E, K are very important vitamins for our body. So that's why it need to be soluble. But how it will be soluble requires some fatty solvent to be mixed and to be absorbed inside our body. So now you see how the bile pigments helps in digestion of fat. I think this video is very helpful, very informative. You read properly, you listen to this particular lecture properly. Very helpful video for your NEET preparation. And I am also solving various kinds of MCQs for this NEET exam ready. So I hope you like this. And if you like this, please don't forget to subscribe to my EduNext Academy, because your subscription is required, because next video notification will be reached at you soon. Thank you for watching my video.